you will be the last of our generation that's going to speak truth to power. I never knew I would be elected. I just knew I'm sitting by this lady. So let's talk about what Dr. King meant and how scales is paying it forward. So just a few years ago in my first term, we had the sheriff to call me one day and he said, Commissioner, he said, listen, do you know that Dr. King, before he was assassinated, there are 2 jail cells that's upstairs on the 7th floor. And he said, guess what? Nobody's ever talked about it. Nobody talked about it. What you mean? Yeah, well, see, that storage room up there, that's where Dr. King was on that floor before Dr. King was killed. That was the last place he was arrested. Really? Now, I'm going to tell you something. You come to my office, Harriet Tubman is on the wall. She could have freed more had y'all knew y'all were slaves. So I said, okay. So I'm the kunta of the bunch. And I said, well, you got the artifacts, Sheriff? Yes, ma'am. Okay. You can prove to me Dr. King been there? Yes, ma'am. I bet you I get it on the agenda next week. We get it on the agenda, as in me and the Lord. Get it on the agenda. And then I start saying, we gonna memorialize it. And so the Lord gave me favor, right? Right now, that same 2 jail cells that everybody knew about, but didn't have the courage to bring it forward. We've been on MSNBC, CNN, been up there on New York, Times Square. Do y'all hear me? And you know what we're doing? We're bringing young children up there on that 7th floor. And we teaching them about what Dr. King did. See, she can be smart as all get out. But if you didn't tell her how she made it over, she just read a history book. But when you take them upstairs and you say, let me wind this thing on up, I want you to know